That poem speaks to the quality of leadership that Dr. Poe talks about. It talks about the quality of leadership and makes very serious comments about some of us who came back to the country with the people believing that we were heroes. And then we behave in a manner that proves that we are not heroes. I hope I understood, I heard properly the questions that were being asked. Let me start with the last one, because maybe it's the simplest. Question was about there is corruption in the country and it's serious. It is in government, and we want to fight it, we want to combat it. To whom do we report? The question arises because the questioner, I think, is saying, whom do I trust that they are not corrupt? How do you report corruption to the corrupt? What's that going to do? There's a number of us here from the Thabo Mbeki Foundation. Seth Palazzi here. Sia Gebe there and some others. Muzi. No, I shouldn't expose you. Why don't you report to us? Tell us who's corrupt and then we'll act on it. I'm really being serious about that. I'm serious about because I understand. Working in government, for instance, you might be uncertain as to who is clean. And therefore have this challenge. To whom do I report this so that we can combat this? I'm saying one area, one place where you can report, I'm quite sure, is our foundation. And we would act on the matter. Because indeed, we too are very, very, very concerned to act on the matter of this corruption. There's an issue and question that was raised, and our colleague made a reference to the ANC document about the eye of the needle. And again, as I understood that question, our colleague will correct me if I'm wrong. As I understood it, he was saying the ANC has produced a document entitled The Eye of the Needle, which deals with the matter of the quality of leadership and raises questions of integrity, of acting as a genuine representative of the people, of being selfless, and so on. The document exists, but he's saying the ANC is not behaving as directed by that same document of the ANC. What do we do about that? That's how I understood the question. An important question. Many of us discuss this question and say, what is it that needs to be done? Indeed, so that the ANC behaves according to the documents and the policies it has itself produced. Now, with regard to this matter, which relates to the issue we're talking about, relating to corruption, if you look at the political report presented by Nelson Mandela at the 1997 African National Congress National Conference, one of the things that Nelson Mandela raised, may his soul rest in peace, was that since the ANC became government, it has been attracting into its ranks people who don't believe in its policies, in its values, but understand that this is now a governing party. And if I'm in it, the governing party, there's a possibility then I get into an official government position and do the stealing which our colleagues were talking about. That we are attracting into the ANC people who intend to use the ANC for corrupt purposes. Matter was raised by Nelson Mandela in that conference in 1997. The people who follow the ANC here would have read a document which drew a lot of attention, certainly within the ranks of the ANC, which was what was called a diagnostic report, produced by the then Secretary General of the ANC in 2017, Kwete Mantashe. Why the reason it's called diagnostic is because it was trying to diagnose what's wrong with the ANC. And it came to exactly the same conclusions that Nelson Mandela had come to 20 years earlier. Now, if you look at ANC official documents from 1997 to 2017, they all say the same thing, which is that the quality of the membership of the ANC is deteriorating. And therefore that you are accumulating within the ranks of the ANC people who are bound to do wrong things. They join the ANC in order to steal. And therefore they will steal. You can speak 1,000,000 times about ending corruption. They won't end corruption. They will continue to be corrupt. That poses a challenge to the ANC itself. And fortunately for the ANC, today I'm not a representative of the ANC, so I'm not speaking for the ANC. I'm speaking as an observer. Fortunately for the ANC, at its 2017 national conference, it took a resolution on this matter relating to the quality of the membership of the ANC. And it said that the ANC needed a process of renewal and needed a process of renewal for its own survival. It didn't say just to correct things that are wrong. It said in order to survive, it must renew itself. Now, as I was quoting what has been said in ANC documents since 1997 about the quality of the membership, I think it is logical. It is logical that to renew itself, the ANC must look at the quality of these people who are members of the ANC, who then end up like me as presidents and ministers and this and that and the other. Who are these people? Are they really ANC? Or are they like these people that Professor Tagata was talking about, who became a stranger and a taker, who cared little for those who waited patiently for their return? And so when the ANC must come to you, to Professor Lenkabula here, and say, Vice Chancellor, we are the ANC renewed. She must ask the question, why do you say that? In what way are you renewed? And the ANC must be able to say, we chased away Thabo Mbeki because he was corrupt. The ANC has an obligation to itself to go back to the people and present itself as a credible ANC. The ordinary people in our villages, in our townships, everywhere, they know these people who are called ANC members because they live with them. That this person who is the chairperson of the branch of the ANC, this one is a thief. They know that. So if I go here back to Professor Lengabula and say, here is an authentic ANC branch, and she says, this one led by a thief, it can't be. What I'm trying to say, colleague, I was trying to ask this question about the eye of a needle and what do we do practically to make sure that it actually takes effect within the ranks of the ANC itself. I'm saying that what the ANC itself has decided, which was repeated at this last national conference, this process of the renewal of the ANC must take place as a matter of urgency. The ANC says it's got a membership of 1 million plus. Quite why it needs so many members, I don't know. Because it doesn't. Hence the slogan which we borrowed from Lenin. This ghost was walking up and down the halls of Luthuli House. When Lenin talking about something different, as the Soviet Union was born, he used the phrase, better fewer, but better. Let's have fewer than 1 million, but better people who are true members of the ANC. That would have a very, very serious impact on this matter of corruption, in combating corruption, to deal with these people within the ranks of the ANC who are in the ANC for wrong reasons. I'm saying that better, fewer, but better would help to answer some of these questions that are posed.